Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for Microsoft 365 Messaging Administrator role MS-203. You can download the complete list of Microsoft-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on MS-203 is: explain the role of transport rules in Exchange Online and provide examples of scenarios where they might be used. Your answer should be: transport rules in Exchange Online are used to apply actions to email messages as they pass through the transport pipeline. Examples of scenarios where transport rules might be used include applying disclaimers or signatures to outgoing messages, redirecting messages to specific recipients based on sender or recipient criteria, and blocking or quarantining messages containing sensitive information or malware to enhance email security and compliance. Our next interview question is: what are the best practices for securing Exchange Online against phishing attacks, spoofing, and other email based threats? Your answer should be: best practices for securing Exchange Online against phishing attacks, spoofing, and other email based threats include implementing anti phishing policies and advanced threat protection ATP settings, enabling DMARC, SPF, and DKIM authentication, training users to recognize and report phishing attempts through security awareness programs, and regularly monitoring and analyzing email traffic patterns and trends to detect and prevent email based threats to enhance email security and protect sensitive information. Our next interview question is: explain the process for configuring email encryption policies in Exchange Online to protect sensitive information during transmission. Your answer should be: configure email encryption policies in Exchange Online by defining encryption rules based on sensitive labels or data classification criteria, specifying encryption methods such as Office 365 message encryption OME or SMIME encryption, and configuring encryption settings and key management options to ensure that sensitive information is protected during transmission. Our next interview question is: how do you manage mailbox permissions and delegate access in Exchange Online to facilitate collaboration and productivity? Your answer should be: manage mailbox permissions and delegate access in Exchange Online by assigning appropriate permissions to users or groups using the Exchange Admin Center or PowerShell, configuring mailbox delegation settings to specify access levels and permissions, and regularly reviewing and updating permissions to ensure that users have the access they need to collaborate effectively while maintaining data security and compliance. Our next interview question is: explain the role of Azure Information Protection AIP in Exchange Online and how it helps protect sensitive information in email communication. Your answer should be: Azure Information Protection AIP integrates with Exchange Online to provide data classification, encryption, and rights management capabilities for protecting sensitive information in email communication. AIP allows organizations to apply encryption and access controls to email messages based on sensitivity levels or data classification labels, ensuring that sensitive information is protected throughout its life cycle. Our next interview question is: what measures would you take to secure Exchange Online against email based threats such as phishing attacks and malware? Your answer should be secure Exchange Online against email based threats by implementing anti phishing policies, enabling advanced threat protection ATP features such as safe links and safe attachments, configuring anti malware scanning and filtering, enabling DMARC, SPF, and DKIM authentication, and educating users about email security best practices and how to recognize and report suspicious emails. If you are preparing for any Microsoft based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below.